You've got debt and you don't want debt. There are a lot of ways to tackle that debt. Heck, this channel has tackled a lot of them. Debt consolidation, debt snowball, avalanche, debt settlement, bankruptcy, the list goes on and on. What I want to do in this video is to give you a broader framework for how you can get out of debt. It's all about 3 circles. At the center, of course, is yourself. The next circle is the nature of the debt that you have, and the final circle is the wider market. Let's start with that second circle. You need to understand the debt that you have because not all debt is the same. And that means you'll want to deal with that debt in different ways. Treating all of it as a one-size-fits-all will lead to either inefficiencies or serious problems. Consider this table. I'll highlight some of this to give you an idea of how the debt can be different. Medical debt has different rules for how it is reported on your credit report and how it will impact your credit score. Credit card debt can linger for up to 17 years, and even longer if you keep recycling your balances. Student loans can't be discharged in bankruptcy, can be deferred due to the lack of employment, and its unpaid interest is rolled into the principal. That's why some can pay for years without paying down the principal. Each type of debt can impact your finances in slightly different ways. It's important that you understand those ways so you can avoid the worst consequences and play to the benefits. Otherwise, you could be swimming against the current and not understand why it is so hard for you to make progress. Now let's look at the outermost circle, the market. This is where you need to understand how the world works so you can make it work to your benefit. Let me give you an example. Consolidating high-interest loans can save you a lot of money on interest and get you out of debt faster. But consolidating debt you're close to paying off can actually cost more and keep you in debt longer, even if you can get a lower interest rate. Another example, medical debt is treated differently by the credit bureaus. But if you pay your medical bills with your credit card, it's no longer medical debt. Now it's credit card debt. And credit card debt does not have the same protections as medical debt. You need to understand how these things play out so you can make the system work in your benefit. One of the tools you can use is our debt payoff calculator at the Yukon project. Put in your debts and it will automatically show you 5 different payoff strategies. It's a great way to save hours of work. Finally, you need to turn your attention to the innermost circle, self. This is the circle that is most often overlooked. But it might be the most important circle to consider when you're trying to get out of debt. You have to understand what motivates you, how you tick, your personal values, and what you're trying to accomplish long term. Too often, people adopt strategies that work against their personal natures, their values, or their goals. When they fail to make progress, they fall into despair. When people fail in their debt payoff journeys, it is always because they've neglected at least one of these 3 circles. If you don't feel like you've been making enough progress, take a few minutes and think specifically about each one of these circles. If you aren't really clear about one of them, focusing on it could be the very thing you need to break the logjam and make real progress. We've created a simple checklist to guide you in evaluating your circles. I'll put a link in the description below. We'd love to hear what you think of it. We'd love to hear the stories of how you succeeded in your debt payoff efforts. Your experience could help others out. Good luck. We know you can do it. If you found this information helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us out, and we appreciate it. Thanks for watching.